Hi, I'm Katie Brunzell. I'm a senior reporter with The Real Deal. I'm here today with the Director of City Planning, Dan Garodnick, to talk about the City of Yes for housing opportunity.
New Yorkers are struggling. Rents are too high. Are you all ready to say yes to housing?
This is a proposal that's a key proponent of the mayor's housing agenda that could create up to 109,000 housing units over the next 15 years if it's passed. There's been a lot of talk about what this would do for existing New Yorkers, creating more housing opportunities for them as well as, hopeful New Yorkers in the future. Obviously, that's very important. A lot of our readers are real estate industry folks. What does City of Yes do for developers? What kind of opportunities does it create for them and for landlords?
Well, for one, creating the opportunity for about 100,000 incremental new homes over the next 15 years is a big way for us to add to our housing supply. That means more opportunities for construction, more opportunities in our service industries. $58 billion in economic activity is forecast over the next 30 years as a result of this proposal. So we believe that by opening the door respectfully in our neighborhoods and allowing for incentives for more affordable housing, we're creating lots of economic impact, even while we are delivering on a very, very key promise of more housing for more New Yorkers and future New Yorkers to deal with the crisis that we're in.
The proposal also creates a density bonus program called the Universal Affordability Preference. It provides a 20% bonus for developers who add that amount of affordable housing to their projects. What could that proposal do for a neighborhood like this in Astoria?
Well, actually, right where we are standing, we would have an opportunity for the use of that bonus. And that bonus is something that has been around for a while for senior affordable housing, and we are expanding that to cover all types of affordable housing. So in medium and high density areas like the one where we are standing right now, you would be able to take advantage of roughly 20% more if that 20% is permanently affordable, and if this had been in place over the last decade, we would have had another 20,000 income-restricted affordable homes for New Yorkers, enough to house about 50,000 people. So this is a big piece of the puzzle, and we're really excited about the UAP.
One of the main concerns has been the elimination of parking mandates. Just walking around here, you see there are a lot of cars parked on the street. Do you expect there to be exceptions to that elimination of the mandate?
Well, first of all, it's important for your listeners to understand what we're proposing. Today, we have mandatory minimums on parking in every zoning district, in every neighborhood, every building of the city. We are proposing to eliminate that mandatory minimum number only, which does not mean to say that you are not able to include parking in a new development. You can. What we're saying is we want to eliminate what has become a conflict between parking and housing in New York City, where we're losing housing units in places where you're requiring people to provide parking right next to a subway station, and in many cases they're coming to the City Planning Commission seeking a waiver from that obligation. It costs them a lot. It costs them a lot of time, and we're losing housing in the process. So we wanted to eliminate that conflict. This is an issue that people have a lot of strong feelings about. We'll continue to make our case, but certainly understand its complexity.
Now, if developers typically don't want to add parking, what makes you think that they're going to want to add parking in situations where there isn't transit nearby? Like, what's motivating them to add the parking of their own volition?
The marketability of their buildings. I have a couple of reasons why I say that. The first is my own experience as the chair of the City Planning Commission, where over the last 3 years we routinely see developers come in and provide well above what the minimum number is that New York City is requiring of them. Why are they providing more? Well, they're in places where there's not excellent access to transit and where they feel that the marketability of their building requires it. We in New York City would not be the first. Buffalo is a really interesting example. They eliminated the mandatory minimums for parking, and 70% of the new units in Buffalo could not have been built before. And at the same time, 83% of new buildings include parking, even though it is no longer required.
During the City of Yes hearing, there had been some calls to incorporate affordability requirements on developments. within the town center proposal. Do you think that that is a workable suggestion?
Well, we understand why people are proposing adding affordability requirements here. The reason we did not was that we are trying to strike a balance here between the new rules, the new opportunities, and actually making sure that something can be built. We also were concerned that imposing affordability requirements on a town center zoning proposal might tip over the opportunity only to rental and to reduce the potential for home ownership, which is something that is important to the administration. Also, we know are very important to the council. So, we'll look forward to continuing that conversation, but it's really important that wherever we land here, that we are creating new opportunities that are actually able to be effectuated. We don't want hollow victories here. This is a policy choice, and one that people are understanding more now is directly related to our lack of supply. And now, after having chaired myself 15 hours of hearing at the City Planning Commission, watched 14 hours at the council with a majority of people showing up to testify in favor, polls showing 70-80% of New Yorkers support the city of Yes, I feel like we are at a moment where it's time for us to take real action here, and we're looking forward to working with the council to get it done.
Thanks so much.